Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Got to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahai, not Allah, not Abba. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten Son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shah. So we got to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rekah Korash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, bishops and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders over all of Israel, whether accepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all the arguing, pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Akbar who are listening learning, if your sisters who are listening learning. Coming at you another lesson in truth, facts, faith, and edification, another daily edification, Lord, wisdom, be edifying. So I titled this lesson, they are craftily transitioning the currency from gold, paper, digital to the micro C hill. So I got a few articles, a couple, maybe 3 articles here I want to go into and get a couple precepts. Because we all know this prophecy, which is a major prophecy of Revelation 13, 16 through Revelation 13, verse 16 through 18. So I want to show this first. And this is from Kitco News. It's a global de-dollarization are factions within the U.S. It say are factions within the U.S. pushing for it. Is this a lead up to a CBDC and a monetary reset, which this is leading to a monetary reset? Now I want to play some of this because this video is like 52 minutes. But I just want to play a little bit of this. Then I got 3 articles I want to show. So Lord, will this be edifying?
On the Spot with Michelle McCory is brought to you by Prime XBT.
Welcome back. We are continuing our conversation with Andy Schechtman, who has long warned about the move to de-dollarize and says a global monetary reset is already well underway. This, as we're seeing in US dollars, falling from 73% in 2001 to around 58% today. But now Andy is also examining if the weaponization of the dollar and the push for the US dollar to lose its status as king of reserve currencies leading to a major monetary reset may in fact be an intentional and deliberate effort from within. Now, Andy, in part 1, we talked about the BRICS and how they're expanding and moving away from the dollar and how that alliance is posing to be a big challenge on the global stage. And you touched on this idea that creating a weaker dollar, which leads to the collapse of the system, may be an intentional effort from within the US to engineer a reset leading to a CBDC or central bank, bringing together a theory. But break that down for us, make the case of how this could actually be by design.
Now, what she said was that he's saying that what's going on, the transferring of the currency from gold to paper to digital, got you using these app-based payment systems, right? To the micro C hub is intentional. And we know this because it's the will of Yahweh Shema Shah. This is how this kingdom ends, man. It ends with them transferring everything to the micro C hill. It's intentional. The elites is doing this intentional. They've been doing this for years. It's called conditioning through gradualism. Problem reaction, solution.
I really even hate saying it. I mean, I do. When I say it, I get this in the back of my head. Like, did you really just say that? But I have a hard time getting away from.
See that? And over. Okay.
Michelle, and it started when Biden said Putin's inflation. And preceding it, in combination with interest rates at or near zero, created massive. Say to the world, hey, this is Putin's inflation, and in every single way, that's a lie. It became very, very transparent to me. They're looking for a villain. So I say that to you because let's look at the 2022 balance sheet of the U.S. government. It's $155 trillion. Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, and government military pensions being the big four off-balance sheet obligations that are $130, $125 trillion or more. Our largest asset in this country is student debt, representing almost 40+% of our assets. Student debt is the largest asset in this country. And I think that there's no question, but they have chosen the inflation pathway over anything else. Let me just give you an example. When they raised the debt ceiling, they increased the debt ceiling by $600 billion in 13 days. And that's adding $500,000 every second. They've added $1.8 trillion to the national debt in the last 8 weeks, and it took 209 years for this country to get to accumulate its first $1.8 trillion in debt. We've done it in 8 weeks, and so when you talk about unsustainability, there's only a few ways that you can fix this, and you can inflate, you can default, or you can find a villain. And by pushing Saudi Arabia away, by weaponizing the dollar, you have pushed and these countries into cohesion. You have usage, and it would be a whole heck of a lot easier to see the dollar lose its reserve status or its petro status. Let's not say the reserve status just yet, but extraordinary because Saudi Arabia and because OPEC value oil in dollars. You take that away.
Salakia. Salakia. Bear with me for a second here.
Way. That is a massive, massive, massive stake in the heart of the West. And now you have a villain. It's OPEC and it's Xi Jinping and it's Putin that have created this moment. And when I started thinking about that and looking into it, and I came across who the number one economic advisor is for the United States government, I almost fell off my chair. His name is Jared Bernstein, and he wrote a report in 2014, I believe, an op-ed that was picked up in the New York Times called Dethrone King Dollar, in which he advocates immediately for the removal of the world reserve status, that it creates instability, it creates distortions and trade imbalances. And so you have the lead economic advisor for the U.S. advocating for relinquishment of the world reserve status. And if you wanted to do that, I mean, could you think of a better pathway than by first weaponizing the dollar, not just sanctioning Russian assets, but confiscating them and using them to rebuild, supposedly rebuild the Ukraine, and then telling Saudi Arabia, hey, thanks, but we're going to go green. So we really, we're not going to be as inclined to buy as much oil from you forever, because we're moving away from this. You couldn't draw it up any better. And that really started me down this pathway of thinking, geez, how else do you pay off 155 trillion in debt as interest rates are rising and the accumulation of debt is increasing at a pace that the world has never seen? At what point do you realize that there is no way to pay it off, and rather than falling on the sword and being blamed for destroying the American way of life through mismanagement, monetary policy, and inflation, and the brain of countries that turn their back on the U.S., and they did it. Now, I realize that this is something that is out there. I realize this is something that is controversial, and to the movements that we have made, which are so counterintuitive to what we should be doing to cling to the world reserve status, it starts to take shape in my mind.
Okay, I mean,
You see? You hear him? Edomite, man. This is what's going to bring sedition to America, man. This is Psalm 64 and 7. When you're reading this chapter, matter of fact, let's start at 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. So they've been shooting at us for the longest. They've been destroying what they has destroyed, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. They are destroying all the other nations, man. That's why I tell you in Jeremiah 51 and in Revelation 11:18 that the nations are angry. The nations are mad, man. They have drunk of the wine of Babylon. So it say that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly they shoot at him and fear not. So they've been shooting at us for the longest. They've been destroying us through their policies, right? Through their religion, their legislations, their democracy, their draconian measures. Well, the Lord say, verse 7, but God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. See, they wounded us. Well, now the Lord is shooting back at them. So they shall make it say, but God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Now, this guy just went into, again, the Lord didn't have to give us details. The Lord say, watch for the signs of the times. Well, the Edomites can go into details, but they don't understand what's happening. Now, they do know who's doing it. Far as earthly realm, they know that it's the elites that's doing it. But you think he gonna speak against the elites? No, he mentioned it, but he didn't point out names. See, this is gonna bring sedition, man, because these are the elites that's controlling, that's doing this through what they said, this intentional, man. But this is the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah. This kingdom gotta fall. It went from gold to paper to payment apps to it's gonna be the micro C chip, the RFID microchip, man. So let me get a couple of these articles. This is beautiful. Because what's going on is the generational wealth and white privilege is being taken from the common Edomite, even those that got a little bad, because he owned precious metals. Let me get this next clip. Actually, these articles. The Lord is doing something beautiful, man. Now this is titled. It's a dollar surge rings global currency crisis alarm as BTC holds strong. So it's a potential global currency crisis is materializing. Uh, is materializing, categorized by escalating FX movement. It's the DXY index, a measure of the U.S. dollar's value related to a basket of foreign currencies, have exceeded 103, a peak unseen since July dipped below 99. Concurrently, the GBPUSD has recorded to 1.26 from a peak of 1.31. Salakia. It says significant alarm bells are ringing in Japan and China, indicating a possible critical shift in the global economy. The USD JPY has soared back to 145, its highest in a year, prompting anticipation of potential FX intervention from the Bank of Japan to prevent further weakening of the Japanese yen. It's the Chinese yuan is also under strain, with USD, which would be United States dollar, uh, CNY surpassing the 7.25 benchmark, making the yuan's weakest level since November 2022. Meanwhile, the Russian ruble recently crossed the 100 mark against the USD. So here it is. These nations, they need Russia. The Lord, they need that guard, man. It's a ramped up dollar doesn't just turn the heat up on markets with dollar denominated debt. It also signals potential inflationary pressure as a weaker currency often correlates to inflation. So here it is. They're showing you Europe. I don't know who these GB is. USD, United States. Then you got USD. So it's showing you here. The point in this article is Russia ruble is jumping up, man. It said, meanwhile, the Russian ruble recently crossed the 100 mark against the USD. So the Lord has set up this guard for these nations, man. Let me get this article. America monetary system. And this is done intentionally. And we already know it because it was a prophecy that was already written a four time ago. Let's get this one. It reads BRICS developing new payment system to end reliance on the US dollar. So it's a Russia diplomat Roman, whatever that word is, confirmed that BRICS is developing a new payment system To end reliance on the US dollar, the new payment mechanism will use local currencies for cross border transactions and mutual settlements among BRICS members. The development aligns with the changing global dynamics and foster the growth of the BRICS members' respective local currencies. So it's a hold on. Whoever this guy is also refuted Brazilian President Lula de Silva's commenting about forming a new BRICS currency to challenge the US dollar. The Russian diplomat admitted that creating a new currency comes with a lot of complexities, and the bloc is not prepared for the drastic development. The formation of the BRICS currency is challenging as it involves intricacies. He say a BRICS payment instrument based on currency basket will help to carry out mutual settlements without any reliance on the US dollar. He said, however, he cautioned that creating a new currency needs more work and research, and the alliance is not prepared for it yet. He said these ideas demonstrate new tendencies. However, it's clear that a lot of aspects required in debt study, he said. Read some more of this. It's a whoever this guy name is. It's a explained that the payment system will provide seamless mutual settlements among the member countries. He added that BRICS will soon liberate itself from the US dollar and end dependence. GDP, a total population of around 3 billion people, strong desire of other states to join its activities, it is safe to say that BRICS has become an integral element of an evolving multipolar paradigm, Salakia, paradigm paradigm, a paradigm, he said. See, is there any more on here? That was the point on that. Let me go back to this other one. Hold on, bear with me here. I want to go back to this guy because he said, let me pull this one back up. Bear with me. So back in this, I want to read a little bit of this up on this video. Is it this one? Okay, it's there are factions within the U.S. supporting a global move to dump the dollar and dethrone it as king of reserve currencies, according to Andy, president and owner of Miles Franklin. President and owner of Miles Franklin, one of the primary reasons why there is an intentional effort to weaken the dollar is to create an environment that facilitates the introduction of a central bank digital currency, CBDC, and a new monetary system. Explains the trend to move away from the US dollar is accelerating and goes far beyond the attempts by the BRICS nations to settle trade in local currencies and stop using the greenback. It's a what his name is, I can't even pronounce it. He said he told this chick, Michelle, to say the US is facing unsustainable debt levels, and there are only, and he said in the video I played, and there are only a few ways to fix this. You can inflate, you can default, or you can find a villain, he said, And by weaponizing the US dollar, the US is creating a global movement of countries choosing to turn away from the greenback, including Saudi Arabia, which we know in Isaiah 13 and 19. It said the Arabians said neither pinch tent there. Let me get this other article. We already know this, man. The Lord didn't have to give us see these Edomites go into details because what's happening is they are losing their generational wealth and white privilege, man. That's what's going on. There was another one. Hold on here. Let me look at this one. Now this is BRICS US dollar denominants may be coming to an end. Now here's another. My computer act right here. So I'm not going to these articles. My computer be with it. Be with the bull, man. So here's another one. I really want to play the video, but it's an article, Salaki. It say the US dollar dominance may be coming to an end, and the phenomenon could be fueled by the BRICS alliance. The Lloyd Institute, an independent international financial think tank, shift in power between the US and the BRICS, indicating that the US dollar's reign may be ended. It says, hold on, yeah, bear with me. It says, according to the report, look what they got on the screen. Can't make this up. Esau Edom himself. Dollar and throttle Every time I go into these topics, man, Esau mess with my computer, man. When I'm just doing straight live screens, it's no problem. But every time I go into this, Esau mess with me, man. But yeah, this is what I was showing. Everybody know. This Edomite say, yeah, this is a problem with the dollar messing with going against the currency of America, man. But this is done. This is done intentionally. Esau, man. They never mess with my live screens when I'm just using StreamYard. When I'm just using the Blue Letter Bible app. But every time I pull these articles up, man, Esau always mess with me, man. He messing with my screen right now, man. He messing with my screen right now, man. Esau messing with me, man. And these devils are something else, man. I never had this problem when I'm just doing lessons using the Blue Letter Bible, man. Every time I pull up these articles like this, man, Esau mess with my page, man. And just use our Blue Letter Bible, man, because Esau is a bastard, man. He got my computer screen freezing up on me, man. And this never happens, man. Let me just close up. Salakia, man. Let me get out of that. Let me get out of that. Let me get rid of these. I just want to show you what's going on, man. Let's close these out. Bro, these, hey, you bastards at YouTube gonna pay for this, man. Wow. Oh man. None of them froze up my screen, man. Wow. He saw something else, man. They is something else. I'm trying to close these out. He saw something else, man. Let me pull this blue letter up, man. Wow. Salakia, man. This never happens when I'm just like these some hurt little bastards, man. But the articles all over Google and YouTube. So I just had a couple precepts I want to get, man. Esau hurt. Yeah, man. Evil E. Bastard, man. Man. So this is done again, what is called problem reaction solution. They create the problem, the people react. And when the people react, then this is when the people they need to be what they call it, um what's the meeting called? Um it's like a city meeting when all the people of the city get together and they have like this meeting and what can be done like for the city, and I forgot what it's called right off the top, man. But this is them creating the problem reaction solution, man. They create the problem, the people react, and then here it is, the people go to the government, they go to the city like we need to fix this. Like, what can we do? Like, you don't think that these Edomites, these elites, all these hackers, right? So you got people that steal people money every day, go on people's bank accounts. You don't think they know about these hackers, man? They showed you in the movie with Bruce Willis. What's the uh what was it called when the guy told him it was a blackout, it was a what do they call it, something sale, when everything must go, the lights go out, the electricity. What movie was that with Bruce Willis and the young jit? The young jit from the movie what's this movie? Um Jeepers Creepers. The young jit. He was in the movie with Bruce Willis. I forgot the name of the movie though. But he told what is it called? Something sale. And they know about all the hackers, man. So they set this up, right? So you can react, respond. So what's the solution if your money gets stored out your accounts? What's the solution? Well, if you get the chip, right, the water, the city board meets, city council committee, right, the water, bro. So in that movie, he told him it's I forgot, he said something sale, man. In the Bruce Willis movie, in the boy from the movie Jeepers Creepers, the first one, the first Jeepers Creepers. And he was in the movie because he was a hacker. I mean, they tried to kill him, but Bruce Willis had to go to the house, and he wound up saving the boy. And he took him back to the police headquarters, and he was telling them what's going on. And the guy was in the computers shutting down everything. They shut down everything, man. This Esau controls all that, man. So he create the problem. The people react, and they go to the city. They go to the board meetings, man. The city council committees, man. Esau set that up, man. So when people money gets stolen, it ain't nobody. Listen, how can you go on YouTube? Not YouTube. How can you go on Google? They are selling you the scanners, man. The scanner that these people be putting at the gas pumps. The video I did last year, they had Jake he was putting a whole scanner on top of the scanners in the grocery store, and they taking people when a person swipe their card for stamps or cash, they hack right into your account, man. But they sell that right on Google. You can go buy it on Amazon somewhere, man. It's websites, and you can go buy these things, man. Credit card scanners. They selling them. Who making them? The so-called white man. Everything that goes on is problem, reaction, solution, man. And two-thirds of Jake. We know the heathen's gonna do it. Two-thirds of Jake fall right in because everybody want to be a part of the system. That's at Isaiah 30. The Lord say, woe to them, right? They go down to Egypt for help and have not asked in my mouth and strengthen themselves and strengthen Pharaoh. Let me get that real quick. This is design, man, which I was reading Psalm 64. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, man. Isaiah 30. This is all design, man. This is intentional. Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover what they covering, but not of my spirit, they may add sin to sin. And when you cover yourself with a covering, what did Adam and Eve do? It said they sold fig leaves, man. They took a covering of the nations. And when you read in Revelation 16 and 15, the Lord say, let's read it. So the covering that's on two-thirds of our people is the ways of the so-called white man, which is Colossians 2 and 8. the rudiments of the world. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. Is it talking about you being literal naked? No, it's a spiritual nakedness. And the more long as Jake cleave to Esau, Edom, so-called white men, then they are spiritually naked, man. They don't have the covering of Yahweh Shemawashah. Well, it was designed that way, man. Remember, 2/3 got leaders too. Was that Isaiah 9 and 16? The leaders of this people called them to error, and they that are led of them are destroyed, man. This is done by design. The elite controlling all this, man. But Yahweh Shemawashah, hey, this is that. This place got to fall, man. And this what it looked like. Going back and forth with the nations, the Lord set the nations up with a better Edomite. What appears to be a better Edomite option, man. Because the Russians Edomites too. And I did a lesson the other day. Putin, he said he's cutting off all the current, all the any purchases, any currencies purchases, he's cutting it off, man. And everybody got to tap into his currency. That's called Dominion, man. I went to the lesson the other day. He doing the same thing America doing, man. Where the Lord gave these nations what appears to be a better Edomite option, man. But they least controlling this, man. This is done by design. Problem, reaction, solution. In 2/3, it's falling for the okie doke, man. Let's get Isaiah 31. It's Isaiah 31 and 1 it reads, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. Well, it said Revelations 13, who is able to make war with the beast? And said they wanted after the beast, saying, who is able to make war with the beast, man? These are those that's being wooed by these so-called means of miracles. This to the world, this, hey, what Esau has done with his technology, this is wooing the people, man. It reads, because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not to the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. Yet he also is wise and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers, and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fail together. So those that's being helped by the government, they're gonna fall too. So lucky, I meant to use this. I don't know why I'm reading from my phone. Let me get this one. This is Isaiah 13 and 15. This guy, these Edomites is crafty. Oh, that's what I was gonna get. Let me get this. In Ephesians, you know what? Let's go to the word crafty real quick. Bear with me here. Let's get this word. Craftily, it say in a way that is clever and gets you what you want, especially by indirect or dishonest means. Okay? Especially by indirect or dishonest means. So, what is these? The means of these miracles. And it's wooing 2/3 of the people, man. So, in Ephesians, let's get this in Ephesians 6. Because that word craftily, right? Ephesians 6:11. Put on the whole armor of power of God that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. So these wiles, this is his problem reaction solution right here. So this word wiles,
Strong's G 3180, Methodiah.
it's a cunning arts. And what it tell you in Genesis 25? That Esau is a cunning hunter, man. Cunning arts, deceit, craft, trickery. Okay? While lie in wait. This is what he do, man. So, again, the definition for the word craftily. Craftily in a way that is clever and gives you what you want, especially by indirect or dishonest means. Cunningly. It got synonym cunningly, man. This what he do. The wiles of the devil, man. And they play. Jake is simple, man. Jake is simple. That's why it tell you in Psalms 19 and 6. Hey, call like how about Shema Shai, man, because we was through, man. We was through, man. We would have been done out here. Psalm 19 and 7. The law of Yahweh is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of Yahweh is sure, making wise the simple. Making wise the simple. Because what the scripture tell you that the simple believe every word, man. So through the will of Yahweh Shema Shai, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, man, this is where we at. This is where we at. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11, man. This is where we at. Lord willing. Least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And this is what they're doing. All these is the devices of the wicked, man. But the Lord got them doing this. Because 2/3 of Jake, this is where they want to be at, man. Jake want to stay here. The Lord have made the world. Hey, the Lord made the world for our sakes, right? On the right hand, the Lord made the earth for our sakes, man. On the left hand, the Lord made the earth our prison. But America is maximum security, man. The earth is our prison, man. This nigga Anthony Fauci said that Negroes, he said Negroes and Hispanics and Native Americans should take the Capri Sun because we are vulnerable. That's what he said. Let's get the word vulnerable. He said we are vulnerable, man. Now, if you go to Google and type in the word vulnerable, let me see here. So lock in. Let's get this. This word vulnerable. Man, let me get it from the phone so you can hear it. I don't want to click back over. Let's get this word vulnerable real quick here. That bastard said that we vulnerable, man. And they know that Yahweh had hid his face from us. But they know at the same time that he has revealed himself. Vulnerable. This is the word vulnerable. Here are the similar words. In danger, in peril, in jeopardy, at risk, endangered, unsafe, unprotected, unguarded, open to attack, exposed, wide open, undefended, unshielded, unfortified, unarmed, without arms, without weapons, defenseless, powerless, helpless, okay? Exposed, in danger of, at risk of. This bastard said that we are defenseless. One of the words for vulnerable is defenseless, undefended, unguarded, unprotected, unsafe, unshielded. Guess what? That's what the Lord told us to put on the whole armor in Ephesians 6, man. This bastard got on live TV and said that Negroes and Hispanics and Native Americans need to drink the Capri Sun first because we are vulnerable. Because they don't believe Yahweh Shema Shah is dealing, man. Well, 2/3 don't got no covering. So they're going to do whatever the so-called white man tell them to do, man. But the Lord have drawn us back, man. Matter of fact, what is that? Let me get it. Let me type this in real quick. Bear with me here. Matter of fact, I know where it's at. Jeremiah 31. Let's read this. Hey, man. Call out Yahweh Shema Shah, man. Jeremiah 31. I think it is. Yep. It's Jeremiah 31 and 1. At the same time, saith Yahweh, will I be the God of all the families of Israel, and they shall be my people. Thus saith Yahweh, the people which were left of the sword found grace in the wilderness. America is the wilderness. Even Israel, when I went to cause him to return. Yahweh have appeared of old unto me, saying, so here is Jeremiah saying the Lord have appeared unto him of old. What that mean? Reincarnation, same spirit, right? The Lord have appeared of old unto me, saying, yeah, I have loved thee with an everlasting love. Every third and fourth generation we come back, man. It's that same love, man. 2/3. In Romans 10, it said what? They are going about to establish their own righteousness, man. It say, I have loved thee with an everlasting love. Therefore, with loving kindness have I drawn thee. Drawn us how? With the unicorn, the World Wide Web, with our spiritual fathers. You see what's going on? Jake is zombies, man. But this supposed to happen. This kingdom, this transition got to happen, man. Because every time there's a transition, this place get weaker. It's getting weaker, man. Let's get this. Isaiah 47:1. The Lord told them from the beginning in Genesis 3 and 14, thus shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Right? In this chapter. So America, you got the Greeks, these Edomites, I meant to say. So these Edomites from the Greek Empire, the Lord gave them 3 rulerships, right? The Greeks is when they established the sword, they established their power, right? They established their wickedness. The Roman Empire is when they magnified the sword, they magnified their wickedness, they magnified their power. With this revived Roman Empire, the American Empire, they have perfected the sword. They have perfected their wickedness. They have perfected their power. So what did the Lord say He's gonna do? Isaiah 47:9. But these 2 things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. And what, Lord? They shall come upon thee in their perfection. Is not America the greatest empire the Edomites have ever had? Sure it is. Look at the tech they got. This is why 2/3 of slow-bellied niggas is following these bastards. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. That's why Jake is through following Esau's zombies. It's because of the enchantments, man. Okay? They have been wooed. Let's get that. Revelation. They have been wooed by these bastards, man. Revelations 13. What is that? 4. It's Revelations 13 and 4. And they worshiped the dragon who gave power unto the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? See? So they run around here following behind Egypt, man, which shall fail. Isaiah 30, 1 through 3, Isaiah 31, 1 through 3, Isaiah 13 and 5, Isaiah 13 and 15, man. They are following. Oh, let's get this. Isaiah 36 and 6. Lo, thy trusting in the staff of this broken reed. America is broken. And this guy said, I was listening to today on this Edomite station at the plantation. And he was like, if we the hammer and everybody else is a bunch of nails, what we gonna do? I said, man, that was a pride. It was an Edomite. It was on one of the early morning station they be talking or whatever. And the guy said, if America, this is what he said, if America is the hammer and all the other nations are nails, what are we supposed to do? I said, man, instantly I thought about Jeremiah, man. That's the pride of these bastards, man. That nigga, that Edomite said, if America is the hammer, which we are, and everybody else is the nails, what are we supposed to do? You can't make this up, man. Lord, I trusted in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. What's going to go into your hand? The micro C hip, the RFID microchip. Lord, I trusted in the staff of this broken reed. America is broken, man. On Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. Let me get this, because when this guy said this on his news this morning, on the station I was listening to, these bastards listen to this Edomite garbage at the plantation. What is that? Jeremiah 24. What is that? No, Jeremiah 25. I think it is. Is it 25? No, Jeremiah 50. Is it 50 and 23? That's what I think it is. Jeremiah 50 and 23. Yeah. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? The guy said it, man. And I thought about this instantly, man. That nigga said, if America is a hammer, which we are, and the other nations is just nails, what are we supposed to do? Man, the pride of these bastards, man. The Edomite rolled past us about 4 weeks ago now, maybe about 4 or 5 weeks ago. Maybe about, yeah, maybe about a month so now. This bastard rolled past on one of them scooters. Talk about he's proud to be an American. Man, when the judgment comes in this place, man, what it said in Zechariah, all these mighty men gonna be crying like women, man. Oh, what's that, Jeremiah 30? Men with their hands on their loins, man. Proud to be an American. These elites, but they is something else, man. Because they people do not have generational wealth and white privilege anymore, man. They on the bottom with us, man. Welcome back. Just like May said, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, man. To the bases of men. You at least get to sit around here. These bastards done pulled all, they done pulled it all back. Let us get our generational wealth and white privilege back, man. Let us get that back. I remember Elder Natazaba did a lesson some years ago, and I did a lesson on it. The same lesson, the same clip that he used when I'm gonna have to repost it. When that race started, it was what is called wealth, what is called wealth something, wealth disparity or wealth something is called, and they started running the race in 1492, right? And when you watch it, I'm about to repost it. So they ran the race. They started the race in 1492. So what was in 1864? So they was running the race. When you watch the video, it's a like cartoon video, animated. They run around making laps from 1492 to 1863. So right at 1864, when allegedly Jake was free, because there still was slaves in 1864 in like 3 states here in America. It wasn't until 1865 that those other 3 states they was made free. So they show you in the clip in 1864. This is when we got in the race. This is when we got in the race. So they had been running the race from 1492 to 1864, man. And you think, and these slow-bellied dumb niggas, these LeBrons and Oprah Winfrey's and those that got the bag, Jay-Z, who the top ones? You got this guy, Dr. Dre, which he had to get his wife 800 million. Amazing. So you got Dr. Dre, Michael Jordan, P. Diddy, Jay-Z. Those would be like the ones that's like they playing with the bag. As far as Jake. These niggas, man, them niggas had the Uber Eats too. they had to pub and go to restaurants too. None of them niggas don't own no cattle. They can't wake up in the morning and say, yeah, what I want for lunch is slaughter me, slaughter me. You know what? I don't even want no beef today. Oh, give me some ox. I want some ox today. Yeah, get him right there. Get the nice little fatty one. Can't nobody do that but the Rothschilds and the Oppenheimers and the DuPonts, man. Niggas. I'm talking about Michael Jordan slow belly ass. That nigga don't own no Whole Foods. Them freights that come in on those cargo ships. Michael Jordan don't own none of that, man. And this slow belly demon Oprah Winfrey gonna make a damn pizza out of cauliflower. You dumb demon slow belly. Nobody want no damn cauliflower, man. That's a hybrid, man. These people's crazy. Jake think they made it, man. They don't own no resources, man. And you got these Jakes that's down here that don't got the bag, who Esau put in front of you. So now they gonna get rich or die trying. Do as thy will. Sprite, obey your thirst. Nike, just do it. All these slogans, and Jake never get money. They die trying to get it. But they give you your leaders, right? They give you your leaders for you to look up to. You can go to the if you go to the hood and ask young Jake, them niggas ain't gonna tell you they want to be a brain surgeon. Them niggas want to run that pigskin, man. They want to bounce the pigskin. Well, that's called conditioning through gradualism. Problem, reaction, solution, man. They set your leaders up. And the apostles been saying this for years, man. Who do they use to push the Jabberwocky, man? To make you drink the Capri Sun? They use this old, and this nigga got stats. Bill Russell, he back in the spiritual realm. Walter Payton, he got stats. Back in the spiritual realm. Niggas died broke. Had to leave it to somebody else, just like Solomon said in Ecclesiastes 2, man. Ecclesiastes chapter 2. They use Tyra Banks, Monica. They use this slow belly nigga John Legend on the Walgreens commercial. About this is our shot. And they use Juvenile and Mil X to my man. Juice that thing up. What? The apostle's been said that, man. This nigga set up your leaders to keep you in that dumb state of mind, man. Your pastors, your favorite camp leaders now. Because the scriptures say, day of the circumcision, man. Whose mouths must be stopped. So call out Yahweh Shema Bashah continually, man. Because the Lord have pulled us out of this, man. As I read in Jeremiah 31, the Lord say, have I drawn thee with this truth, man. Anyway, I don't want to be ranting. Hey, the all for tuning in. Gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rikah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders, a great millstone, who well, who teach well. What apostles and elders of all the Israel ready concepted or not. And the sincere salutation to all the argument, pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the full ends of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the hopeful elect. And hold on, I got throw it off. Let me get this. I just thought about this. Spirit just. This is 1 Timothy 6 and 10. Let's read this. I know I spelled it wrong. You know what? I got an O right there. Salakia, bear with me here. This 1 Timothy 6 and 10 reads, for the love of money, for the love of money. And what do Esau do, man? All he pushed you is get the money, get the bag. Right? 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. He can't get in the temple of the Lord. The temple of the Heavenly Father Yahweh is us. Our body is the Lord's temple. So the so-called white man can't get in our temple. Least your dumb ass take that micro C help, man. Because see, there was a point of time, right? He was partially in our temple from his philosophies. That's Colossians 2 and 8. Rudiments. Go to the word rudiments on Google. First principles, his essentials, his foundations, his fundamentals, right? His building blocks. Partially because we was white supremacized, following the ways of the world, trying to do this and that, right? Well, he need to physically get in your temple, man. Let's read this. I'm gonna come back to this. Let's get this. 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 4. Let's read this. See, he trying to get into you because he can't get into the temple of the Lord. He's profane, man. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God. So when all fail, all you got to do, oh, God damn it. I just saw something. Where was that? I just saw, oh, let me see if I can get this. When all fail, man, all you got to do is follow his ways and you can get in, man. I just saw an article. I should have pulled it up, man. It said the banks, I forgot where the bank was at. I should have pulled it up. That was my bad. It said the banks is giving people $2,000 to sign with them. I forgot where it was at. See, I should have pulled it up because now it's showing me a whole bunch of new news on here now. It said some bank, I don't know where the bank was at, but it said if you just sign up with the bank, they will give you $2,000. Let me see if I can pull this up on Google. I just saw it on my news app before I started. Let me see. Bear with me here. Because see, when all else fails, all you got to do is take what Esau giving you and you good. Bear with me here. Bear with me for a minute. It's a Flashly bank account sign up bonuses are becoming harder to ignore. For example, Citi with their Citi private account and Chase with their Chase private accounts are now offering $2,000 for rolling over your cash. It said this was MarketWatch.com. It said these two banks are now offering a $2,000 bonus when you sign up. Let me click on this. It say these two banks are now offering a $2,000 bonus when you sign up for their checking accounts. Should you bite? It say flashly bank account sign up bonuses are becoming harder to ignore. Say, for example, Citi with their Citi Priority account and Chase with their Chase Private Client accounts are now offering $2,000 for rolling over your cash, and they are not the only ones paying high bonuses these days. A expert says that while sign-up bonuses are certainly worth considering, you should also look into whether you may be able to earn bigger rewards over the longer term with something like a high yield savings account. I should have put the article, man. But it said that they giving $2,000 for those that just to sign up, man. What is this, man? This is man. This is second Second Thessalonians 2:4. Who opposed him and exalted himself above all that is called God or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, which we know he can't. He can't sit in the temple of the Lord. Now, if you talking about Christianity, that's not of the Lord, man. The Lord don't dwell in the temple made with hands. We know that. So it says, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. So he trying to get into your temple. He trying to get into the tabernacle of David, man, which he can't. He can get into the tabernacle of the 2/3, but not the tabernacle of David. But that's what he's trying to do. 1 Timothy 6:10, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. I go into this all the time. This word pierced in 1 Timothy 6:10, the word pierced in Isaiah 36:6. And it all go back to Revelation 13:16 and 17. Luke 19 and 28. Not Luke, Leviticus 19 and 28. Here's the word pierced. G4044, which is 444, mercy.
Strong's G 4044. Peripyro. Peripyro.
To pierce through. Look, to torture one's soul with sorrows. Because if you take that RFID microchip, the Lord is going to torture your ass, man. And when you read in Deuteronomy 7 and 9, Yahweh, the Lord, say He going to judge you personally to your face. A lot of Jakes, Lord willing, we don't got no part in that, man. Because a lot of Jakes, a lot of Jakes they got a real personal judgment with the Lord, man. Remember the 10 Ezekiel when the Lord said He shall purge out the rebels? I brought that out the other day. He's gonna judge you to your face. You gotta look at Yahweh, man. Whomever it is out there, man. You gotta look at Yahweh before He put you to death. Remember Luke 19 and 27. But those my enemies, which were not that I should reign over them, bring hither. Hither mean he's in the midst, and slay them before me, man. Torture one's soul with sorrows. To penetrate entirely, pierce through. Okay? The pierce in Isaiah 36 and 6 is the same pierce, it's the same palisade, the same incision, gash in Revelation 13, 16, and 17, man. So it's the love of money. Esau got Jake running around here like a damn greyhound at a dog track, man. And most of Jake never get the bag. Remember the Steve Cuts video? I did a lesson on that. Reposted that. When the rat, whatever, chasing, he fell into the bottle of pills. He was drinking, driving the car. Then he lost everything. And then some money flew by and blew. And he started chasing the money all the way to what? To the rat trap. Everything is done by design, man. We talking about omnipotent, omnipotent, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, man. So what Esau is doing is the mind of the Lord. And it's to take 2/3, man. The leaders of this people call them to error, and they that are led of them are destroyed, man. It's the money. Esau tell you, get the bag. Everything else will be added. But the Lord said in Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom of the Lord and his righteousness, and then everything else will be added, man. But Jake love smooth things. They love to hear right now. What is it called? Instant gratification, man. They need that right now. I need my fix now. It's my money and I need it now. I want it now. Anyway, all praise and glory to Yahweh Hashem Awashai, Bahashem Rikad Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders, a great millstone who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all the Akim pushing this truth and believing this truth toward the four winds of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the whole elect. Shalom to the Akwaf who are listening and learning. You few sisters who are listening and learning. Who are tuning in. May Yahweh Shema shall continue blessing your houses. Stay prayed up. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. Hey, Shabbat Shalom. Till next time, I say Shalom, Wa, Ba, Ba, Ba.